Welcome to Moonvale. We're going to begin part 7 of chapter 1. So let's go. Group chat, strange. What's up, Eric? There's a fence here. Your problem being? Don't tell me you can't climb this little obstacle. Not really. There's a barbed wire on top of it. Could you describe the fence more closely? Chain link about 8 foot high. Not electrified. Looks like you're gonna have to walk around it then. You can live with a little detour. That's what I've been doing for the past 10 minutes. Could it be some kind of animal enclosure? I'm not sure about that. Pretty big enclosure, don't you think? What's going on? Oh, nothing really. Eric just found a fence. A fence? Yep. A fence with barbed wire. Wait a second. Eric, stop. What is it? That in front of you? That's the Forbidden Forest. The Forbidden Forest? Wait. Eric, are you a Dunkelsteig? Seems like it. Real. Could someone enlighten me? Dunkelsteig is a section of the forest. Let me know if I'm saying that wrong, by the way, because that sounds German. And when we were kids, we were told that. Well, yes. That there's something evil in the forest. And what's really there? There are tons of awful stories about that forest. It's all just superstition. Maybe worse by the fence at the edge of the forest. Made worse, okay. And our signal is coming from that part of the forest. According to Rega, it is, yes. But it might as well be coming from beyond it. I don't know how far away I am after all. Does anyone know how far this fence actually goes? No. When I was a kid, my parents forbade me to play there. Or even to go anywhere near the fence. Just because of a few scary stories. I mean, it makes sense that parents would believe in it. I mean, why would parents let their kid go to forest alone anyway? Well, in that case, I guess I have to carry on walking along the fence. I don't really see an alternative. Could you maybe dig your way underneath it? No, that would take far too long. I used to be there a lot as a kid. And did you ever make it across the fence? Not even once. But that's not for a lack of trying. One time I even snuck away from home at night. I just had to find out what was behind that fence. Until that thing with Billy Blake. Is that a friend of yours? What happened? He disappeared in Dunkelstieg. Oh, is that why your parents forbade you? It's the same as Duskwood. There's a legend, Billy Blake. That name rings a bell. I bet it does. Billy was a local celebrity. The kind of guy who wrecks havoc wherever he sets foot. One might say the same thing about you. But seriously, I won't forget my last meeting with Billy Blake. You won't? So why don't we know about it? Because I've never told anyone. Consider my curiosity piqued. No, sorry, forget I said anything. You're just making this more interesting. Now I'd like to hear it too. You usually never shut up with your stories. Are you sure? Yes. Yes, very sure. Okay then. But don't say I didn't warn you. And sure, we will cope. Okay. Back then, there used to be one of those old cigarette machines at the corner of King's Lane. Billy and a couple of others were standing around it, and I guess they looked interesting enough to grab my attention. The machine had swallowed a few of Billy's coins, and they were trying to get them out again. How were they doing that? Shaking it? They were pressing, exactly, random buttons, shaking the machine, swearing. One of them threw in a few more coins, hoping to push the others out along the way. Which didn't work, of course. That's stupid. Billy got impatient and gave the machine a huge kick. And as luck would have it, his dad was sitting in Dana right across from them and on the other side of the road. I should mention that his dad was the kind of guy who didn't need a solid reason to give his son a good old-fashioned beating. But he had to only look him in the eyes and he'd lose it. I know the type. I'm very sorry to hear that, Awad. Anyway, Billy's kick got his dad to put aside his paper and look over to him. Let me tell you. Never in my life did I run as fast as I did then. But he hadn't done anything. Yeah, but you know what they say. In for a penny, in for a pound. As soon as I put a few feet between myself and the scene, I turned around. All the other boys had fled, running into all directions. All except Billy. He hadn't moved an inch and was looking at his dad. Because he was so scared he couldn't move. That's what I thought at first. But back then I couldn't explain it either. Why would Billy of all people stay put? He's the only one who could really expect a beating from his dad. And why do you think he stayed? Running away would have been pointless for Billy. Simply because it was his dad. Yeah, he would go home to him anyway. He couldn't escape him. That's really sad. I thought he was going to kill him. That's how hard he beat him up. It was the middle of the day outside on a public sidewalk. And Billy Blake was about to be beaten to death by his own father. Sorry to interrupt you. What's up? I think there's a bit of a fence here without barbed wire. No idea how much of a gap there really is. I can't tell from where I am. But I should take a closer look. Be careful. I will be. Well, that sounds promising. I'll put my phone away for a second. I'll use this little break to go and make myself a cup of coffee. Okay, then just send a message when you're back. See you in a few minutes then. See you then. .6 minutes are over. Is everybody back? I was now gone. Eric isn't here yet. The fuck? Do you think something's happening to him? I hope not. Speak of the devil. Hey. And? Negative. From far away, it just looked like there was no barbed wire there. So what now? Now I'll continue walking along the fence. Okay, you want me to go on then? Yes, please. Where was I? Let's see. But his dad was beating him up. Ah, yes, thanks. Billy had gone down with the first hit. But that didn't stop that douchebag he called Dad. He was only just beginning. That must have been terrible. It was. I'll remember until the day I die. That's for sure. I wish the next part of my story was more heroic, but it is what it is. And I want to tell you the truth, not make things look better in hindsight. You ran away, didn't you? Oh no, that was my first impulse, but I managed to withstand it. So I was standing there watching Billy's dad laying into his son. And then I did the only thing I could think of. Like what? I started crying. What? Really? Yep, you read that right. I cried. That's okay. When you were a kid. Makes sense, doesn't it? And it wasn't just normal crying, oh no. I was blubbering like a kid who scraped their knee. I was so loud half of Red Law could hear me. There's nothing wrong with that. But it wasn't exactly what you'd call heroic. You were a kid. You don't have to be a hero. Anyway, my wailing must have been ear-splitting. And it was effective. So see, it helped. Suddenly people all around us started to take notice. They looked outside their windows, opened their doors. A car even stopped in the middle of the road and honked its horn. And did any of them intervene? No, but they didn't have to. Billy's dad noticed how many people there were around us all of a sudden. He was torn out of his frenzy and finally let go of Billy. I think it's safe to say my weeping saved Billy Blake's life. That was pretty clever of you. You should be proud of yourself. Well, that was the last time I saw Billy. Shortly after that, he disappeared. And it didn't take long until the theories got out of hand. What theories? That Billy ran away and stuff like that. I sure hope he did. So do I. The thing was just, most of these theories had something to do with the forest. I don't know how much of it all was true. But Billy didn't turn up again. And with Billy, my fascination for Dunkelstieg also vanished. Why's that? Well, many people say his dad buried him there somewhere. Shit. And if that were the case, then I sure as hell wouldn't want to know. Shit, yeah, makes sense. Thanks for the story, Charlie. You know what I think? I think telling us the story was the right thing to do. Here. There's a bit barbed wire. The barbed wire here, perfect. And where's the catch? I can't see one yet. There's a dent in the fence. Someone else has climbed over here. Okay, that's it for this one, guys. It's already it's going to be more than 20 minutes long if I just keep continuing. But yeah, that was the Billy story. Thank you guys for watching.